up, my guy?
Hey, well, what's good, King?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. How you doing, bro?
But the spaces I'm in at night, there ain't a host that can what? Mute the voices? Yo, stop playing with me anymore.
Hey,
Yo,
man, I ain't playing with nobody anymore, man. They keep playing with my name out here, man.
Ward, when you out a line like that though, you know that's gonna hit though, right? Like you know that? Like you know it's gonna like
You
shake
know,
the room?
I very rarely write lines when I'm not booked for. Well, I'm always booked for a battle because I battle a lot, but I very rarely write lines like that are not for like. So I wrote the line about a month ago. You know what I mean? And I had like three battles before Reed, and I'm just like, nah, like this line is one of my few lines that can be applicable to any kind of battle, you know, because it's a transparent line. But I'm like, yo, this line is so crazy, like this got to go for Reed. You know what I mean? Like this got to go for Reed. You know?
Man, hearing a host that can just mute the voices. And what's so ill about that, you're talking about respectfully, like fighting demons almost, and to lead into that was so ill, man. Like,
Yeah.
you
Thank
know
you,
what
man.
I'm saying?
Thank you.
Good. So listen, man, you battled a dude that you said to yourself that was on your bucket list, right?
Yeah.
How good was that? Because I feel I feel like you was a Philly dude for like half that battle.
Yeah,
You know what
man,
I'm saying?
I really wanted to pay homage to you know, to Reed, you know, and really you know, I know people that follow Reed in Philly, you know, they love Reed, you know, so I wanted them to enjoy my material as much as they do his, you know what I mean? And I just wanted to kind of like pay homage to him, but then like man, just dissect him, break him down, different flow patterns, schemes here, punches there, humor here, haymakers, you know, like everything, you know, like all three rounds, you know, and my big thing was that like I thought Big K and Ill Will really dropped the ball against Reed, you know,
Okay.
and one thing like I try to pride myself on is like when guys come back that are not active and like doing what we're doing right now, like I want to show separation, you know, like I don't want to make it just seem like oh they gone for you know battle once a year, come back get a big bag and they're just like us, you know. So I wanted to go in there and win clearly. So
I gotta be honest though, I thought this is the best read I've seen in a while though. I think would you agree with that?
yeah, I thought some of what he did was like he jumped out of the box with me, you know, like he definitely like had some, you know, the whole read the Bible, the stepping over the fiends on the church steps, you know, like that's just stuff you're not gonna get from Reed against any other battlers, you know. He really was
Right.
like, you know, and then I thought his second round and just kind of going over like, you know, like that whole I provided the thread, you know, the nitpick thing or whatever. Like I just thought he had some real slick punches and stuff like that, you know. And then in the third, you know, just like he turned up like right after I wowed on him in the second. You know, he turned up.
Stay right there. Do you feel in the second round? Because this is how I feel in the second round, right? I watched the battle twice. I felt like Reed was like, "Is A Ward really beating me in performance right now?" That's what I felt.
Yeah,
If I can tap into $3 right quick, if I'm in the
yeah.
corner, I'm like, cause I feel like you kind of forced Reed's hand to go hard in the third round. Do you feel that way? How do you feel? You know better than
Yeah,
me.
yeah. I think he expected his second round to be his best round, honestly. In my second round, in my opinion, was my best round, and I knew that I was like, you know, I knew I really liked my first round, and I thought his first round was good too. But I thought I got the first. Like after we're done, I'm like I got the first, and then after I wowed on him in a second, I think people thought like I beat him so clearly in a second that some people wanted to go back and give him the first,
See,
so it could be
when
1-1.
A Ward when they doing this 1-1 stuff,
Yeah, I'm like,
go, no, I got a 30, gentleman's 30. Respectfully to
yeah,
Reed, gentleman's 30. Okay.
yeah. Yeah, so I thought people kind of wanted, like, said, like, oh, well, the first was closer. A-Ward clearly got the second, so let's go ahead and throw Reed the first, you know. And I'm like, nah, I didn't feel that way at all, you know. But yeah, I definitely thought that, you know, he definitely respects me, you know, and we had a mutual respect for each other. I had some bars that, you know, I had the Mills pop up out of nowhere, like Birch Street bar. There was, you know, like unless you know, like you know, Reed Dollars freestyling on Birch Street, and then next thing you know, Meek Mill pop in there and he start rapping too, you know, like just real Philly type stuff, you know. That I'm like, I know it's not gonna hit in the building, but this is like my letting you know, like bro, like I really, it's bucket list for me. Like I love watching you, you know, when I was younger, like, and you really like kind of like gave me some direction here.
Hey, Ward, how interesting was it for you in the first round, right? When out the gate, Reed says to you, rebuttals are what make you dangerous, and you didn't tap into that at all of that.
Now, yeah, I was going into the battle like I don't think I'm going to rebuttal that much because I like the way I started every round, and it was a calm starting, like a first four bars to each round was calm.
Mhm.
Sometimes when I rebuttal, I get the crowd so hype that if I try to go into that four, it brings them back down. So sometimes when I rebuttal, I'll skip my intros and go into like punchlines because I want to keep the energy. So I already knew ahead of time like I probably wasn't going to rebuttal a lot. Then he started out like that, and I'm like, okay, that you know what? I'm actually, since you said it's my superpower, I know that I'm sitting on three crazy rounds. And I know that, like people are going to say you won this battle clearly and didn't even have to rebuttal. Because people that like make excuses, they always say, oh, your rebuttals are better than your writtens. Like they
Yeah.
can't say anything about this battle like that.
Mhm. I like read a lot of this battle. I liked a lot of his one rounders, man. I like this first round a lot though. But I had you in that first round, like you said, brother, man. I thought you just came out the gate, man. The heir apparent, everything. You keep a peace, I keep the seats. They better hope dollars are funded with right hands, the right hand.
Yeah,
But
I was really hoping K Walker was going to be there because he's been behind him in every recent battle, K Walker. So I'm like, oh, if K Walker's behind him, you used to having your hype man, now you got a Walker in front of you. I'm like, that mother hit so much crazier. But he definitely he wasn't there. So I was like, all right, he's still going to hit to the people that know.
stick Reed in the middle of the round like Big K. That's
Yeah, yeah. I got to throw my shot at the next guy I want to body. So I had to get Big K, give him a shot.
yeah. And yo, you know what I tweeted out, man? You know what it is with you, A1? When you land a haymaker, right? Because we talk about haymakers so much in battle rap. Dog, I feel like when you land one, you really land one. And
Yeah.
the thing you don't have filler, respect to your peers and everything, A1. I'm not trying to make you defecate on your peers at all. But I feel some battle rappers, not everybody, but a lot of dudes, man, they go through the motions of battles and it's like, come on, bro. Like you always hitting this on some every effing bar.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
even reflips. I thought you had reflips. Your reflips were phenomenal. The Dollar General. Let's stop playing with me, A1. Come on, man.
I'm just priding myself on like I didn't want to be like one of those situations where we've heard all these Reed flips.
Right.
When I watch Reed, he gets upset at his opponents whenever they just flip Reed all the time. Like I didn't want him to like feel like I was just like just up here flipping Reed. You know what I mean? Like, and so I wanted to just be unique with the general consensus death bar, one of my favorite flips. With the Dollar General, and just like I said, if I flipped it, I set it up, or I did a different cadence, or I brought it. I played with it before I flip it. It's not just a one bar, two bar name flip, one bar, two bar name flip. You know what I mean? And so that's what I was trying to do. So in the third round with the G read, B read, C read, so you got greed, breed, creed, and then you got F read up, freed up.
That
Like I'm
wordplay
not,
is crazy.
yeah. So like leave some stuff for the cam and everything. Like stuff that they wasn't gonna catch in the building. So like, yeah, man, like, and it was crazy, bro. This was my fourth battle in 3 weeks. Like, this was I battled 3 rounds in Detroit 2 weeks ago. I battled twice last weekend, once in Canada and once in the Bronx. And
Wow.
Reed was my fourth battle, and I got busy in all of them. And the last time I took three round battles 3 weeks was when I lost to XL, and I
Okay.
was really upset with myself. And at first I was like, I'll never do it again. But then I was like, you know what, Ward, like, bro, you can do this. Like I feel like I'm a machine. You know what I mean? I was like, I could do this and give great performances. So I was really glad and happy with myself that in that third week 3 round battle that my best performance was the Reed battle and I didn't take no bars off.
Let me ask you a question. When Reed says in the second round that he's in his 20th year of battle rap, being that you're a competitor and how much respect you got for Reed Dollars, what? Because when I heard that shit, I'm like, I'm not thinking like Reed's been battling for over 20 years. When you hear that to a guy that's in front of you, what does that go through your brain as you listening to him say that?
Man, it's a blessing. Like it gives me like I'm like, yo, this dude has been relevant and in demand for 20 years. Like that's the big thing. I know guys that started battling in 2008, 9, and it's like 13, 14 years later, like, like they was dope grind time or they was dope URL or smack or whatever, but like we really don't care. But like that's just a testament to like who Reed is and like the blueprint that he laid, you know what I mean? And it's wild to me because like I mean I'm in college watching, the 16-year-old DNA battle against like Lil Farnham or something like that. And I'm just looking back and I'm like, bro, I am 36 years old, right? I'm about to be 37. So people think because I'm a newer battler, I might be young. But I'm like, yo, I'm older than these dudes. You know what I
Right.
mean? And they've been battling for 12 to 15 years, man. And that's wild, man. I'm in my seventh year now, and I feel like I'm blessed to even be relevant pretty much every year I've been battling, you know?
Mm. Yo, when Reed told you, I did like when Reed told you to nitpick my career, because I started a thread. Thought that
It's
was
crazy.
hard. That was hard.
And so that's my thing is I didn't expect a lot of like punchlines and double entendres from Reed because that's not Reed, you know what I mean? And
Yes,
so
good
I
point.
always knew on paper, like, so when I battled DNA on King of the Dot, I felt like on paper I beat DNA, but I felt like he like showed me levels in like being a vet, stage presence, you know, different things like that. And so I'm like, oh, I understand. So I thought, man, on paper, there's no way Reed Dollars can beat me. Like I just do way too much. But I'm like, he can go in there and he can command the crowd. He can get into pockets. He could talk to me about, you know, stuff like that. I didn't expect him to have to read the Bible, you know, you studying me, read the Bible, you know, or
Yo, the before AMG mode, it was Philly D
yeah,
with Bows.
yeah,
Ah, that was
yeah,
hard. I ain't gonna hold Reed. That was hard, Reed. That
yeah.
was
So like,
hard.
I was like, yeah. So like, that's when I was just like, man, like this is really dope. You know, he's definitely he brought a little bit of his pen out too to just show like, yo, you know, we not finna do that. So
Let me ask you a question for you. How gratifying is it for you, for a person like that? I'm saying a lot of people saying, oh, this is one of the best reads. A guy that you said numerous times, I've heard you say in interviews, that's one of your favorite battle rappers of all time, right?
hmm
I think it's for you to have a dope battle with Reed. And to me, I mean, I heard you win the battle kind of clearly, respectfully to Reed. But I'm feeling it's for you to have all that, a dope battle with somebody you looked up to. He showed respect, came with the fire, but you
yeah.
pulled it out.
Yeah, this is the perfect scenario, really. You know, like you want. I felt like he went away from the battle excited about his performance. I mean, he even took like a clip off of like Hip Hop Is Real or something and put it on his Instagram. It was like Reed Dollars, A Ward dropping soon. You know, when people feel like they lost or didn't have a good performance, they don't take the time to clip that stuff down and send it. They keep it moving, you know? So like
Mm-hmm.
having somebody like Reed go back and like excited about his performance, you know, and knowing that like his fans and Philly people are going to be excited about his performance, it just is a great debate. It means more views. And like I said, like you said, I feel like I clearly won. So there's really nothing bad that can come from this, you know?
I'm on record saying this, man. Listen, man, you are the best sports ball battle rapper, hands down.
They can't mess
Ain't
with me,
no
bro.
debate no more. I'm sorry, old Red. Sorry, sir. The brother right here, dog. When you said they gave me a QB and a read option, so I got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
Dog, I'm telling you, man, like when I take like there's two things that I think that by the time my career is over, that I'm gonna be considered the best ever at, and that's rebuttals and sports bars. Like I feel like when my career's over, like it's gonna be hard to say like anybody was ever better at than rebuttaling and sports bars than me. And that's dope to me, you know. But like I watch sports, I love sports. So like when I put read option and QB in my head, I'm like, that's crazy. But in my mind, I'm like, it's not crazy enough. How am I gonna say? I know what you're gonna say. Set it up in context to say I'm not gonna take offense to it. I'm gonna keep my eyes on the defense and predict what you're gonna say, and then and turn it into the sports bar, and then the Kenneth Fareed bar. Like
Can't
Kenneth
read.
Fareed been,
That was hard.
you know, he's been out of the league for probably like I don't know 4 or 5 years,
He played for
but
the
it wrote
Nuggets. He got
itself.
busy. He got busy on the Nuggets, though. He was busy.
And it wrote itself. Like I'm like I can't not say this bar. Like Kenneth Fareed, that's literally their names. I'm like yo, I gotta rap it.
You know what I liked also? The terms and conditions line, right? But the lead up
hmm
to it, to when you got that shit was
Yeah.
crazy. That was the first round, right?
Yep, that's
Yeah.
so, that's why I said like the different multis, you know, making sure you an OG, been a threat, earning instant no cheese, internet, you know, you're literally rhyming three different multis every bar, you know, and then you're getting to a name flip with wordplay, but you don't read, and we don't never read the terms and conditions, but you click accept, like your people I just talked about you, accept it, you know, like the terms and conditions. So it's layers to it, man.
How much do you think Disaster was watching you take your notes?
And you know, he came up to me and he gave me props. I really appreciated a tweet he just
Hey,
put out a little while ago because I've always been like this. He's like, look, I don't give people their flowers until they bloom. And it took me a long time, you know, to really come around on liking A-Ward, right?
Mm.
And I'm not mad at that. You know, I actually prefer it because there's a lot of people that are Christian that'll just get on there and be like 3-0 A-Ward. The other guy was cussing and I love Jesus. And I'm like, man, don't watch battle rap like that. You know, there's people that'll write me off. There's people like, you know, but then I'll get messages from people that say, yo, it's been 2-3 years, bro. I used to can't stand you, but now I can't deny it anymore, bro. You fired. I'm like, those are the ones I appreciate because I know it's more genuine.
Mm. Did you see that Verb did a blog on you? Did you see that?
Yeah, it was a weird, cool blog. Like like it was like it's anybody that takes their time out to like put some light on Kansas City. He had some Kansas City stuff in the beginning
Yeah.
to compliment me and stuff like that. Then they got to the end and it was kind of like I think it was kind of like him giving me advice on like I have to make these decisions or whatever. I don't know if I completely agree with it, but I understand where he was trying to go with it. But I definitely appreciated the sentiment because that was super dope of Verb. So.
The word on the street, respectfully, is that Reed Dollars still around. I don't know if you heard about this. Was recycled. Did you hear about that? That conversation?
Nah, bro. So what happened was he wrote that 4 years ago for me.
Mm.
So I'm just going with that, man. Like that, he wrote that verse 4 years ago, and it was supposed to be for me, but he just put it on a song, ahead of time. So because bro, like this was my thing, right? Somebody mentioned that it was recycled to me. I'm not the kind of battler that's gonna jump out the window and be like, "Yo, I smoked you in a second. You recycled a third, 2-1 anyway." Da da da. You know what I mean?
Right.
I loved Reed's performance. Yes, you shouldn't recycle. I'm not an advocate at all for recycling or whatever, but like I loved his performance, and the light on the battle is a good light, and I think that yeah, you should hold people accountable for what they do, but you wasn't gonna see me jump out there, clip down a video, and be like, yeah, that's right, I got you, I won, because that's not what it's about to me.
Running through the green like a Golden State shot.
Yep.
That's
That's
what I know what Draymond Green does with Clay and stuff.
yeah, yep,
That's crazy. Yo,
yep,
that's
yep.
crazy. Yo, did you? I don't know if you watched the battle tonight at all, but did you see K-Shine's face a lot of times?
Dog. I think he left during the third round. I was like, I wonder if he thought like, man, I'm doing too much. I gotta get up out of No, but K-Shine is. We've had some good conversations before. Like I never been real close with him or whatever, but like it's just dope to see like genuine battle rappers genuinely react. Some people always try to act too cool for school or whatever, and like when you're entertaining your peers, that's really dope. He came out to watch a good battle, and by his facial expressions, he enjoyed it.
I'm telling you, man. When you said that, but the spaces I'm in at right there. That spaces line, that voices shit, that shit blew me away. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I heard that, I was like, yo, dogs.
No, it's so
Wow.
funny because when you're trying to rap your multis like real good, like huge anointing, consume with poison, like these words are not very easy to say. And the thing is like when you love the punch, it's so much pressure on you not to fumble over a word. Like that whole Golden State shot, Golden State, nah, you know what I mean? Like any kind of word fumble can take the complete air out of landing the punch. And so like that's what I really wanted, because right before that. I do the whole, I am not busy. Glock 50, like, you know what I mean? And like everybody's like up here, and I just want to play with the energy. They're up here, Glock 50, and I'm like, boom, no, let's get quiet. And I'm being real, and then I land the real punch. It's like, bro, if you could take a crowd like that, like that's real MC type stuff, like, and so that's what I pay attention to everything that I write on paper and how I want it to be relayed and received. And yeah, when it comes together like that, man, it's a beautiful thing.
As far as the skill set, this is Smith and Mahomes. I'm literally taking Gino and Pats.
I love that, bro. Like, yo, what?
That's South Philly talk right there. I know that about that South Philly talk right there. That was crazy, man. Yo,
yeah, man.
Man, you never cease to amaze us, bro. You always give us dope material, brother. That's one thing that cannot be denied when it comes to you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Are you tired of the URL talk, though? Are you tired of that?
Yeah, a little bit,
Huh?
No, I mean, no, it's cool because I'm not tired of it because they're always going to exist. You know what I mean? I think what I'm more tired of is just like the people that are just so bent on, like they're just so stuck on that. You know what I mean? That they fail to like just like dive into my career and appreciate what it is and like and what it's doing for entertainment. And it's always like at the end of the goal, like it always goes back to but that. And so that's a testament to the brand that URL has. But at the end of the day, like It's like, man, nobody's ever doing interviews with Smack and Beasley and saying, yo, why ain't Ward over here? Like, hip hop is real, 15 minutes of fame. These people, they get to interview them. Every time I battle, the first question is, what URL?
Right.
But it's not reciprocated on the other end. So it's like, yo, like, like it's kind of wild to me.
Mm. What's next for you, though, Ward? What's next, bro?
Man, so I'm going on a tour, poetry tour with Loso and Street Hymns, and
Okay.
so yeah, it's about a 10-week tour, man. It's a real huge tour. It's gonna be super dope, man.
Mm.
90% of the crowd is probably non-battle rap fans, so it's a great opportunity to kind of bring eyes on us for poetry, and then bring them over to what we do in the battle rap culture. So
Right.
I knew that was gonna happen. There was gonna be about 2.5 months of me not doing battle rap, which 2.5 months for me is like 2 years for some people, as much as I battle.
Right.
But I definitely know ARP and RBE are doing. I think they're doing something in August, so I left my August open. I heard GTX might have something in August. Riot hit me up about possibly August, so I want to try and get one more big battle, big name on one of those leagues before I go on tour. And then when I get back, I'm trying to get on the Crooked Eye card, and I'm trying to go ahead and get Big K out of here for Max Out 3.
You beat me to the punch, though. I was gonna say GTX. What's good, disaster? You can't be popping out
Yeah.
watching A Ward and not get that man. I can see what he did right there, bro. I think you and
Hey,
this
I
dope.
told him,
Yeah,
I told him send me dumbfounded, man. A War versus dumbfounded on the Crooked Eye card, man. Send him my way. Tell him get back in the ring.
don't get back in the ring. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Let me ask you a question. Max Out 3. Are you on there at all?
So from what I understand, we're trying to make the Big K battle happen on Max Out 3. I feel like it's becoming somewhat of a grudge match. It's a battle that I would like to have on a big stage. And I want to get back on the big stage.
Is that a
Huh?
grudge match?
You know, he don't like me publicly. He unblocked me for some reason. I've dissed him in a couple battles. You know what I mean? I don't really do the whole grudge match thing too heavy because I just don't get into petty arguments outside of not liking Anwar. But
What?
but it's
Wait, you took a shot at Anwar too. What's going? Is it real static between you and Anwar? Is it real? Yeah.
no, not on a personal level. No, I just think that he's terrible at times at what he does in his role in battle rap. But so that I think a lot of guys are terrible at battle rap that I would literally have drinks with and kick it with and watch the football game. But so like that's I'm able to separate those. So,
Right,
but yeah, definitely want Big K or Big K. I want to do Clips 3 rounds, man. I really want me and Clips 3 rounds. I thought our 1 rounder was so good, and the
right.
ability for him to rebuttal back and forth. So me and Clips, or me and Hollow. I
That
think would be
I heard,
crazy too.
I heard that name running a lot. You and Hollow a lot.
Yeah,
That'd be interesting though. You and Hollow. I think you and Hollow would be dope.
yeah. I think so too. Man, like I said, people battle me, and you just see a different. Like with Reed, you got some different material you wouldn't have heard, against anybody else, and it's like it's refreshing to guys like Hollow, to bring him in and like battle me. You'll hear some stuff, you might hear some transparency about his life and God and this, that, and the third, and like we don't get to hear those messages from guys until they battle some of the horsemen, and that's dope material.
Right. Your Reed impersonation was fire, man. And I love
Right.
third round. After the dust settles, you read a lot of love in the third round, though, with a lot of stuff, giving them accolades and praising them on top of that, dog. You know what I'm
Yeah, that's the third time I did this, man. I want to say I started it. I know that I with Arsenal I did it, against him,
saying?
and was like, you're the king of disrespect, but you've done nothing but respect the culture with how you're always on, And then against Charlie Clips at the end of my round against him, I was like, basically, as far as rebuttals, like I learned from the best. Like, thank you. You always was up here trying to impress people with your rebuttals. So, whether it's a little 4 bar, 6 bar, whatever, I don't think it takes away from my, my rounds. I don't think it's like, he was
Mhm.
going to win until he said something nice about the guy. I
Mhm.
think it's kind of just a testament to like me saying like, yo, I appreciate you taking the battle because like these guys really don't have to, they're still going to be Clips, Reed, Arsenal without A-Ward. So.
RBE contracts, though. What do you think about ARP and them going with contracts? You've been a person that's kind of
Yeah, I haven't really. I mean, I like the idea of them locking in some young talent and stuff. Like we haven't talked about contracts really anything, but I definitely like the idea of them like grooming, bringing up some of their young talent. One of the big things with battles and on cards is like, yo, you just league owner wants to know that the guy's gonna show up and he's gonna rap, you know. And when you lock them in on contract, young dudes like that, it's like, man, I'm under contract, you know. I can't just no show, you know. If I know, you know, if I no show, I'm on the team, you know.
Mm.
I'm gonna show up for practice the next day if I didn't show up the day before. I'm on the squad. The ability that comes with that, you know. And so I like the idea of that, you know. And like, people always say, yo, hey, well, we know you hate contracts. I don't hate contracts at all, you know. I just don't like exclusivity contracts with no guarantees of battles or money, you know.
Right.
Like, you know, so I've always been like, yo, like ARP was like, yo, Ward, let me get 4 battles next year, you know, like, and we'll sign you. I signed exclusive to ARP, you know. But yeah, let's do it. We've been working great together, but, you know, let's knock it out.
Mm. Let me ask you about to go back to URL right quick though. Do you look at it like this, that people look at, they try to put an asterisk next to your name that, okay, A Ward is fire, he's dope. You might have A Ward, some people have A Ward in their top 5 and everything like that. But if he's not over here with the quote unquote elite guys, what it will always be the coulda, woulda, shoulda game. And how much time for you, 2-part question, how much for you sometimes you sit back and wrestle the idea, okay, is there a point in my career that maybe I do have to go over
Yeah.
and you know, handle my business?
Yeah, for the most part, you know, a lot of the times at first it was speculation, right? So it was A Ward is not going to be anything until he comes on URL because we don't believe he can do what he does over here, right?
Right.
I believe last year after my Ill Will performance on that big stage in front of 2,500 people, you know, on the Hitman, you know, Cassidy card, and I believe like what I've done in the last 2 or 3 years, nobody is speculating whether or not I will be able to succeed over there anymore. You know, like I don't think there's that speculation.
That's crazy talk.
Yeah. And so now the people that are saying that, to me, it's weeded out. And it's the people that really just want to have a reason to not like me or to invalidate what I do, you know? So that's the thing about it. So it weeds out, you know, because there was a time where I was like, dang, you know, like, is it really different over there? You know what I mean? Like, you know, am I tripping? You know what I mean? Like, you know, but like I've been in countries where they, you know, I've been in front of crowds with Disaster and Oxymoron where it's 80% German. I've been in Australia. I've been in front of Canadians. I've been in the, you know, the Compton across the street from Nutty Block. Like I literally have rapped in front of every possible type of person, entertain them and put on a show. You know, it's like there can't be speculation that he can't do it, you know, here. Like the concrete's just not made of something different over there and the air is, you know, not.
Do you think your horseman brother Loso went through that also before he went to URL in the sense of, you know, I think Loso kind of going through the same thing you went at first when they were like, oh, Loso, you fire, but we need to see you
Yeah.
over here on URL. Do you think Loso went through that also?
Yeah, you know, and that was early in our careers whenever like, you know, he's coming off B-Dot battles. I'm coming off
Right.
of like I think, you know, I had battled Saint Mike and then I think I might have had just battled a couple times on King of the Dot, you know, early on in our careers, you know. And yeah, you know, and Loso got a great opportunity, man. Who gets to debut on Nome, you know? Like that, you know, that was never offered to me. That was never offered to anybody, you know. Loso literally went out there and like debuted on Nome in front of. I was on a stage. It was crazy, you know. And so that was the smart, right decision for that man, you know. And but yeah, you know and it's not just like the Horsemen. Like it's B Dot got the same thing, you know. Some of these other guys,
A lot of
they'll get the same thing. But what I will say is I think that my career is just very, very unique. And I would not tell young battle rappers to follow my career, you know? Like I wouldn't say like I'm a template or this is the journey you should go. Like there's some of these guys that need URL for branding and to develop them as an artist and to show them, you know, different things like that, you know? I just happened to be 30 when I started battling, and I'm like, yeah, I'm a control freak, and ain't nobody gonna tell me who I battle, how much you know what I mean? And as long as I go out here and cook every time, I promise you gonna still want me to battle.
Thanks. Let me. If you got to URL, the first battle on URL for you and Jack Wade, does that battle make sense? If that's the first battle you ever had on URL?
You know, it could make sense. I would definitely have to have it on like a big platform and have some kind of build up, you know. At this point, you know, like you know, my first battle was supposed to be Twerk, you know, and then you know he got into the car accident, and then he came back and battled Jada Nightwing instead of me. So I don't know how that happened, but you know, so like I think that like as far as if I was to have a debut. I just feel like, and call me, you know, I work hard, man. I don't want it to just be thrown on a card against somebody, against this. Like, I feel like you're robbing
You
me.
don't give me this typical white guys. You want to throw me against none and
Yeah,
Mike
yeah,
T. No, we don't want that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Okay.
And also three, like, I don't believe in my heart of hearts that they want me to succeed over there, right? So like in a partnership, right?
Mm.
If you say, Ward, you could be an asset here. We want you to come here. Like we're trying to do the best, da 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 da. I think in their best interest in like just the conversations I've had, the idea is like, yeah, we're gonna bring you over here and we hope you get smoked. You know what I mean? And then we hope people realize like the ones on the outside think they're good until they get over here and then they're right here. Because it can control the locker room, it can control payments, it can control all of that kind of stuff. So like, they offered me UM3 and I didn't take UM3 because I'm like, yo, do you realize that there's no way in hell y'all handing me $100,000 check? Like I'm not winning Ultimate Madness tournament. That'd be the worst thing ever. A Ward come over here and win Ultimate Madness tournament. It's like there would be some kind of fix. The stream would cut off or something. All of a sudden the world would hear like I choked in the last 2 rounds or something.
Oh my! Wow.
But yeah, somebody like Twerk, somebody like Chess, I know it's a long shot, but I talked to Surf one time, and I was just like, yo, like, I'll bet the whole bag, whatever they pay me. Like, if you win clear, I'll do it for free. Like you can
Guess
have
who?
my whole bag.
Guess who?
Surf, I told Surf, yeah, I said I bet the whole bag. I don't care about that. Like, like come out, and so yeah, something like that, a battle like that would be really, really crazy. So, but Av's a guy I would love to battle over there. Easy's a guy I would love to battle over there.
Mm.
So there's names out there that I would definitely take. But yeah, I'm not doing the hey, we just want to throw these two guys together because yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Respectfully, King, how much would you percentage-wise would you put on there if someone say, Ward, you're saying that you feel they don't want you to succeed though? How much is that paranoia, battle rap paranoia, or is that
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not. It's just like the whole attitude about it is harder over here. We have a locker room to protect. You have to go through the mud, right? So like if I'm let's say I'm trading for a player in the NBA or whatever, that's a starter over here getting all kind of crazy buckets. I'm not bringing him on my team and say, yo, check this out. You're going to the G League. You're going to do this, that, and third. You got to go through all of this, and then, after the first 10, 15 games, if you outplay in the starting point guard, then we'll see about getting, you know what I mean? Like, so like, I understand their motives, but I'm not willing to go out there and do that because that's not how my career has unraveled.
Right.
I'm different, I really believe I'm different than a lot of the other battlers. So.
Mm. All right. Water, man, I ain't keep you long, brother. I appreciate you, King, man. You always give us those battles. Once again, we ain't doing the 1-1 thing. I had A1 with a 30 and stuff like that, brother. Before you go, let me get your check on Easy and Goods. Who you got?
I got Easy, man. I do got Easy.
Why is
I
that
got Easy. For some reason, I just think Easy is going to punch a little harder and is going to be able to kind of neutralize some of the stuff that Goods does. I'm a big Goods fan, and you know what? The last time I picked Goods to lose was Tay Rock, and I think Goods beat Tay Rock. So I was like I literally was like I was so shocked. I was like I remember he had the glove box bar. He was out here punching, doing a whole bunch of different things, and I'm just like, yo, Goods is totally, outdoing what I thought he would do. So I would not be surprised, but I'm taking Easy, man. I think Easy's a very he's a talented dude, and this is a good matchup for him. There are some matchups that I believe Easy could struggle with, and I don't know that this is one of them.
Like whom? If you mind me asking.
Man, this is dude that just smoked Reed Dollars last weekend. I mean,
Yo, you know what's funny though? I told Easy earlier conversation I had earlier tonight. I said, A1 right now, dog. Me, right?
Don't mess with me, man. Don't mess with me. Stay far away.
Yo, Geechee and Holla.
Man, I got Geechee. I think, Hollow, man, he hasn't put together 3 rounds that was really, really effective to me in a while, Like I thought he had some good stuff in his last battle. And then Arsenal battle, he had some okay, but he just 3 full rounds, and Hollow's probably one of my top 5 favorite of all time, Geechee's just, man, Geechee does just enough. Like I really feel like Geechee always does just enough to, make sure that, that his, that it's either debatable or he wins, unless he's battling me. So.
T-Top and Tay-Rock.
I got Tay Rock. I got Tay Rock, man. I really like T Top, but I haven't been like anticipating a T Top battle in a long time, which is odd. You know, like I do think he did a good job against Sharon, but I got Tay Rock. Yeah.
You got Tay-Rock. And what about Swamp and JC?
I got JC. Yeah, I got JC. I think JC realizes he wins his 100K. He's probably got Surf next. There's a lot more riding on it than just 100K. You know what I mean? But man, the intangibles that Swamp have are very impressive lately. You know, very, very impressive. And he does things that JC can't do. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, I'm a bars guy. You know, I like, the bars. And so I'm going with JC.
Real Sick and Kayshawn.
Man, it's a weird battle, man. It's such a weird battle.
Yeah, it is. Boy.
I'm gonna take the upset. I'm gonna take the upset, and I just think because I think Real Six got a huge chip on his shoulder. There's been Let's Talk Battle Raps reported some stats about him kind of being on a losing streak and different things like that. And I think Real Sick is more of a battler that will like take some criticism, adapt, and try to go a little bit crazier. Whereas I think K-Shine, is going to come in there and be K-Shine. But I'll go ahead and take the Real Sick with the upset.
Take Real Sick with the upset. Okay, all right.
Yep.
Hey, boy, man, appreciate you, my brother. Keep going, my brother. You are definitely giving us dope battles out here, brother. For real, man.
No doubt. Hey, man, thanks for reaching out, bro. Have a great rest of your week, man.
My man, appreciate you, man. God is good all the time, brother.
All the time, man. Blessings.